All right, so after watching a bunch of chat rooms and whatnot, I've come out with a list of 5 stocks beginning traders should not trade. And I know there's a certain contingent out here that are going to find this list and who are beginners who are going to immediately trade these because that's what people do. But you have been warned. All right, so first on the list is Tesla. Tesla Motor Company, famously run by Elon Musk, is a wild and crazy stock that could do anything at any moment. It is a monster in the market and something that beginners are going to want to stay far, far away from. Tesla was in a range for several years, but then earlier this year broke out of that range, the downside, but has since sustained a huge rally back up. This is a dangerous stock. I would recommend staying away from it, not for the faint of heart. It will separate beginners very quickly from their money. So stay away from Tesla. Next up on our list is Dries. Now, Dries is a stock that came from $1 million zillion. It was a very highly priced stock, and it went way down. And let me pull up the chart here for Dries for you. And this is one that it made this huge move from very high up to nowhere. It was the equivalent of, because of splits and everything, it was the equivalent of like, let's see, $128,000 down to $5. And people always think that, well, maybe it will go back up there. And I think before the splits, it was something like $500. But people latch onto it and said, this stock was once this huge price, maybe it will go back there. This thing reverse split many, many, many times before stabilizing a couple years ago, but still is one that just has been a scene of manipulation, all kinds of crazy stuff, and something that people should just stay far away from. So Dries, I would recommend staying away from for beginning investors. The next one is GLD, and really any sort of gold type stock. GLD represents gold. Gold is a very difficult thing to trade, even for professional traders. And if you try to jump on gold and figure out what gold's going to do, it's going to be a tough thing for beginning traders. Now, there are these miners out there like JNUG, junior miners. Now, these ones are leverage. So you're adding leverage into gold, which is already hard to trade. And this is companies that produce gold, so they're not really even gold. So I would recommend staying away from anything to do with gold for beginning traders. It's just going to be too much. Okay, next up now would be TVIX. Now, TVIX, although not a stock, is an ETF that people will find if they're in the chat rooms. This is a volatility ETF. It has lost value every year, and it slowly goes down. Investors like to buy this like a lottery ticket, or traders do, and I would just stay away from it if you're a beginner, because it's just going to bleed money out of your pockets. Okay, the next one I would stay away from if I was a beginning investor is Amazon. Why is that? Well, Amazon costs $1,732 a share right now. So if you're a beginner, what can you buy? 1 share, 2 shares? It's going to be really hard unless you start entering the world of options to start out trading a high-priced stock like Amazon. Now, that applies also for Google, which is also a high-priced stock. Google currently right now is trading $1,294. So I would stay away from these really high-priced issues, because you're not going to be able to afford enough shares for it to even keep interesting for you. And the last one I would stay away from right now is this stock Carvana, which is once again another crazy stock. It doesn't seem to like go up and down based on anything rational. The company's been losing money forever, and it makes these huge swings up and down. And for a beginning trader, this is not a spot you want to be in. I would stick to something that isn't so volatile, maybe an Apple, maybe a Facebook, something that is understandable and not so volatile to just start out. So there you have it, a list of 5, I guess not all of them are stocks, but 5 financial products to stay away from as a beginning trader.